Hello everyone, welcome to Drishti CUET undergraduate program, and this is your mentor Shashank welcoming you all in today's session. So learners, in last session we discussed about Mughal part 1, and in this Mughal part 1 we discussed the first two rulers, that was Babur and Humayun. And in today's session guys, I will be continuing with the topic, and today I will be discussing with you the next ruler, that is Akbar. So guys, it is said that when Humayun was in exile, he was in exile from 1540 till 1555. So when Humayun was moving away from India, so what happened in 1542? He was moving with his wife, and that was Hamida Banu Begum. So Humayun was in exile with his wife Hamida Banu Begum, and at that point of time when he was in exile, so few years later Hamida Banu Begum, she was pregnant, and finally what happened guys, in 1542 Akbar was born. So first of all guys, Akbar, he was born in year 1542, and he was born in fort of Amarkot. So he was born in fort of Amarkot, and this was the period when Humayun was in exile. And Humayun was in exile, and he was moving here and there just to seek the help. And when Humayun was crossing Sindh, so when Humayun was crossing Sindh, so at that point of time, his wife was pregnant, and finally in 1542, Akbar was born. So Akbar was born in 1542, and he was born in fort of Amarkot. Amarkot, guys, this is the area in Sindh. So right now, guys, this area it is in Sindh, and he was born in the palace of Rana Veer Sal. So he was born in the place of Rana Veer Sal, who was a Hindu Rajput ruler. So Rana Veer Sal, he was Hindu Rajput. Hindu Rajput. So Rana Veer Sal, he was an Hindu Rajput ruler, and when Humayun was in the period of exile, so then he was born. So guys, Akbar was first Mughal ruler who was born in India. So Akbar was the first Mughal ruler who was born in India. So he was the first Mughal ruler. Mughal ruler who was born in India. And you will find that guys, ki the parents, the father was Humayun, and the mother was Hamida Banu Begum. So Hamida Banu Begum, she was the mother. Now guys, it is said that when Humayun when Humayun re-established the Mughal dynasty, what happened ki he appointed Akbar as a governor of Punjab. So when Humayun re-established, re-established re-established the Mughal dynasty, Akbar was appointed. So Akbar was appointed governor of Punjab, and he went to Punjab with Bairam Khan. So he went to Punjab with Bairam Khan. And Bairam Khan, guys, he was the teacher of Akbar. So Bairam, he was the teacher of Akbar, and he was very faithful to Humayun. And it is said that, guys, when Bairam was just 16 years old, he came in service of Humayun, and just when he was 16 years old, he came in service of Humayun. So you will find that he was faithful of Humayun, faithful of Humayun, and he was appointed as the teacher of Akbar. So he was appointed as teacher of Akbar, and teacher at that point of time was called Atalik. So he was Atalik of Akbar, who taught him military warfare, who taught him taught him military warfare. Who taught him military warfare. Guys, what happened ki when, for now, see what happened. In 1556, when Humayun died, so at that point of time, Akbar and Bahram Khan, they were not in Delhi, so they were in Punjab. And when Bahram Khan heard this news that ki now Badshah Humayun is no more, so at that point of time, what he did, in order to not create any type of condition of revolt, in order to you can say avoid any type of condition of revolt within the Mughal Empire. So what he did, told he told to a courtier whose name was Mullah Beksi. He told to a courtier whose name was Mullah Beksi, and his face used to resemble the face of Humayun. So he said to Mullah Beksi that you should so he said to the Mullah Beksi that you resemble with the face of Humayun. So what you should do? So you should try to portray Humayun. You should try to portray Humayun, and told the ministers who are faithful to him. So he let him wear the cloth of the king, and you should not allow any person to go near Humayun. So you should tell the person to see the king from far, from a distance, so that the people should not understand that whether the real Humayun, who is the real Humayun and who is the duplicate one. So in order, and that he did just to suppress any type of condition of revolt, just to avoid any type of condition of revolt within the empire, because once the people they will know, once the enemies they will know ki now Mughal Badshah Humayun is no more and Akbar is very far from Delhi, so they may try to capture the throne of Delhi. So therefore, he said to Mullah Beksi that you should portray Humayun for few days. And it is said that ki Mullah Beksi around 17 days, some says 14, some says 17. So around 17 days he tried to portray Humayun. So now guys, when he tried to portray Humayun, he was successful as well. Now what happened ki by the time Bahram Khan did the proper arrangements, because now he has to declare Akbar as the next ruler. So by the time Bahram Khan got, when Mullah Beksi he was portraying like Humayun, he was acting like Humayun, then he got some time. So what he did, he made proper arrangements of the coronation, and at that point of time the arrangement was not did properly. So what he did guys, ki the coronation of Akbar, he conducted the coronation of Akbar in 1556 itself by making throne of bricks. So at that point of time, he was not able to arrange the things properly because he was away from Delhi. So he made throne of bricks. So he made throne of bricks, ईंटों का सिंहासन बनवाया, and he requested Akbar to sit on the throne and declared him as the next ruler of Mughal dynasty. So coronation of Akbar was done on 1556 by Bahram Khan. So Bahram Khan did the coronation and he made throne of bricks because he does not have enough time, to do the proper arrangement. So he made throne of bricks, let Akbar sit on that throne of bricks and declared him as the next Mughal ruler, and declared Akbar as next Mughal ruler. Declared Akbar in next as a next Mughal ruler, and that point of time Akbar was in Kalanor. So Akbar was in Kalanor, and that is in Gurdaspur district of Punjab. So right now this Kalanor guys, it is in Gurdaspur district of Punjab. So he made throne of bricks and requested Akbar to sit on the throne and declared him as the next ruler of Mughal dynasty, and he handed over the royal emblem of Mughals and declared him as the next ruler. Is that clear to all guys? Now what happened my dear learners, ki when Akbar was declared as the ruler, you will find that ki by the time the news got opened, by the time the news of the death of Humayun, the news of death of Humayun was disclosed and since there was no one to sit on the throne of Delhi, so throne of Delhi was held by Hemu, and Hemu was military commander. He was commander in chief of Yusuf Adil Shah. So he was commander in chief of Yusuf Adil Shah, and Hemu guys sat on the throne by the name of Hemchandra Vikramaditya. So Hemu sat on the throne by name of Hemchandra Vikramaditya. So Hemu sat on the throne of Delhi by the name of Hemchandra Vikramaditya. So he adopted the name Hemchandra Vikramaditya and sat on the throne of Delhi, and he became the last Hindu ruler to sit on the throne of Delhi. Now guys, it is said that when Akbar was just around 11 years old, so when Akbar was just around 14 years of the age, so when Akbar was just around 14 years of the age, he was married to daughter of Hindal, and her name was 𝗕ecie Begum. So first of all guys, that the first marriage of Akbar was did when he was just 14 years of age, and he was married to daughter of Hindal. Hindal was uncle of Akbar. Hindal was uncle of Akbar, and her name was 𝗕cie Begum, and she was the first wife of Akbar. So she was first wife of Akbar. So she was first wife of Akbar, that was 𝗕cie, and she was daughter of Hindal. So this is how guys Akbar became ruler in a very adverse condition. His father died suddenly, and just when he was in fact not in Delhi, in fact he was in Punjab when he was declared as the ruler. So is that clear to all of you guys ki how Akbar became ruler? How Akbar became ruler, is that clear to all? Is that clear? Now let's come to the next thing. So this is how Akbar became the ruler. Now guys, when the throne of Delhi was captured by Hemchandra Vikramaditya, and who was popularly known as Hemu, and Hemu guys, he was resident of Rewari, and in earlier when he was in the starting of his time, so he used to sell salt. So he used to sell salt in the market of Rewari. Rewari, it is in Haryana. And what happened guys, ki he became when he has good military capacity, so he was a very good soldier. He was a very good fighter. In fact, he was a very good soldier. And since he was a very good soldier guys, what happened is slowly and gradually he progressed and became the commander in chief of Yusuf Adil Shah. But and when he just gained the faith of Yusuf Adil Shah completely, just for the name Yusuf Adil Shah was ruling, and whatever the administrative plus military work that was being did, so that was being did by Hemu. So Hemu became just right hand of Yusuf Adil Shah, and who used to carry all the types of administrative works other than military works. So with military works he used to carry all the administrative works. Now guys, what happened ki when Hemchandra Vikramaditya captured the throne of Delhi, and this news was heard by Akbar and Bairam Khan ki now Delhi is not in your hand, so Hemchandra Vikramaditya or the Hemu has captured the throne of Delhi. Now Akbar thought that ki let's move towards Delhi to recapture the place. And when this news was heard by Hemu ki now Akbar is moving towards Delhi to recapture Delhi from him, so he said ki let's teach Akbar and Bairam Khan a good lesson, and he took his army and marched towards Punjab. So one army of Mughal coming from Punjab to Delhi, and the army of Hemchandra Vikramaditya or Hemu, they were marching from Delhi to Punjab. Now both the armies they met at a place that is called Panipat. Both the armies they met at a place called Panipat, and then second battle of Panipat was scheduled. So now guys I am going to discuss with you the second battle of Panipat that was fought on 5th November 1556. That was the second battle of Panipat. Panipat, I have told you, it's in Haryana. Now this battle was fought between Akbar versus Hemu. Now it is said that guys ki Hemu himself was a very great warrior and he was wearing the armor of iron. So he was wearing armor of iron. He was wearing armor of iron during the war. Now guys, when Bahram Khan saw Hemu that he is wearing the armor of iron and it is very difficult for any person to pierce the armor of iron, and what was the thing which was visible? That was the eyes. So eyes of Hemu was visible only. So the eyes of Hemu was visible only. So eyes of Hemu that was visible only. So what happened? What happened that Bahram told to his archers that now the archer will take the shot of the eye of Hemu, then only he can be defeated. So if we are successful in hitting arrow in the eye of Hemu, then only we can win the war. But other than this, the army of Hemu is very big as compared to our army. So it may be possible that we will get defeated. So first of all, the archer will take the eye shot of the eye of Hemu. Now the main person who took this responsibility, now he called one of his soldier whose name was Shahkuli, and Shahkuli said to one of his archers कि okay, I will take you near the elephant of Hemu, and then you have to take the shot of the eye of Hemu. So what happened guys, कि slowly and gradually when the war started, so Shahkuli took one of the archers. So there was a person who was Shahkuli, took one of the archers, archers of Mughal near elephant of Hemu, and the archer started hitting the arrows. So archer started hitting the arrows, and archer was also very fortunate that one of the arrows hit the eye of Hemu, hit the eyes of. So one of the archer was very successful and he hit the eye of Hemu. And what happened guys, कि when the eye of Hemu was shot, so he fell unconscious and fell from the elephant. So he fell unconscious and fell from the elephant. Now the soldiers of Hemu thought कि Hemu has died and they fled from the battlefield. So the soldiers of Hemu, soldiers of Hemu, they thought कि now Hemu has died. Now Hemu has died and they fled from battlefield. So they fled from battlefield. And now guys, what happened कि finally Shah Koli arrested Hemu and produced before Bahram Khan. So Shah Koli, he was the person who arrested Hemu and he was produced before Bahram Khan. And Bahram Khan was very angry of Hemu. So what he did, he beheaded Hemu. So what happened कि finally Bahram Khan beheaded Hemu. And when Bahram Khan beheaded Hemu, guys, finally you will find that Mughal dynasty that was re-established by Akbar with the help of Hemu. So Mughal dynasty was again re-established by Akbar with the help of Hemu. So is that clear guys how second battle of Panipat was won by Mughal? So that was a victory by chance, but although victory is important, so that was a victory by chance. Now guys, what happened ki after re-establishing the Mughal dynasty again by Akbar with the efforts of Bairam Khan, so Bairam Khan he became very powerful. So he was also the teacher of Akbar and sometimes he used to behave autocratically. So autocratic way of behavior was him. So sometimes he used to bypass the orders of Akbar. So he used to say he used to bypass the orders of Akbar, but that was not tolerable. So for sometimes Akbar overlooked his indecency, but now Akbar wanted that he should control the kingdom properly. He should not work on that. He should not behave like a puppet of Bairam. Now guys, what happened ki one day it is said that ki one of the orders of Akbar was bypassed by Hemu. So what happened ki Akbar went for hunting in Agra and there from there he released an order. So he went for hunting in Agra and from there he released an order. An order was to remove Bairam Khan from his post. So the order was to remove Bairam Khan from his post. Now guys, when this thing was being heard by Bairam Khan, now he is removed from the post and he was a very powerful personality. So Bairam Khan became angry. And other than this guys, there were few ministers also in the Mughal court who were very jealous of Bairam because he was very near to Akbar and he sometimes used to take decisions on behalf of the Badshah. So definitely they used to feel jealous from him. Why he is taking such a decision, why he is so much important. Now guys, it is said that when this thing was being heard, so some of the ministers they misleaded Bairam Khan कि you are the person who re-established this Mughal dynasty and you are not being given proper importance by Akbar, so why don't you revolt against the ruler? If you will revolt against Akbar, then definitely you have caliber to defeat him, and once you can defeat him, then you can become the real power or real contender of the Mughal throne, because after the death of Badshah Humayun, you are the person who saved this Mughal empire. And it is said that guys Bairam Khan he came in words of these people. So these miscreants they misinformed Bairam Khan, so they created confusion in the mind of Bairam Khan, and finally Bairam Khan came in their words and he revolted against the Akbar. So what happened in 1560? Bairam revolted against Akbar. Bairam Khan revolted against Akbar and he went to Rajasthan. So he went to Rajasthan, and when he went to Rajasthan, then Battle of Tilwara was fought. So Battle of Tilwara guys, it is in Rajasthan. So Battle of Tilwara was fought, and in this battle, guys, what you will find that there was a war between Akbar versus Bairam Khan. So there was war between Akbar versus Bairam Khan, and what was the result of this war? So result was कि Akbar defeated Bairam Khan. So finally guys, when the war was being scheduled, Akbar defeated Bairam Khan, and Bairam Khan he was produced before Akbar. Bairam Khan he was produced before Akbar like a prisoner. So first of all, when he was produced before Akbar, Akbar said that you should remove you are not a prisoner at all. So you may came in words of the people, but I am not going to give you capital punishment or death punishment, because at that point of time, if you revolt against the king, if you revolt against the Badshah, if you revolt against the Sultanate, and if you get defeated, only capital punishment was given. So Akbar said that since you are my teacher and you are very faithful to my father and faithful to dynasty, so I am not going to give you capital punishment at all. Akbar gave three options to Bairam. So Akbar gave three options to Bairam. First option he gave that कि either become, first of all, take the Subedari of Kalpi and Chanderi, then became personal advisor advisor of Akbar. And third option he gave कि either to go Makkah and Medina. Makkah to go Makkah Medina. Now guys, Bahram Khan he was not in a mood to continue in administration. So Bahram Khan was also not in a mood to continue with the administration. So he said to Akbar that ki, I do not want to become Subedar of Kalpi and Chanderi, nor I want to become your personal advisor. So what Bahram chose? Bahram chose the third option, that he said that ki, okay, I will go to Makkah Medina. So he said that ki, now I do not want to continue in empire, I want to devote my life towards the for the god. So he requested that he should go to Makkah Medina, and you will find that ki in 1561 he, that means ki Bairam Khan reached Patan. Bairam Khan reached Patan. Patan guys, that is in Gujarat, and there he was killed. So Bairam, there he was killed by Mubarak Khan. There he was killed by Mubarak Khan. And Mubarak Khan guys, he was a Pathan. He was an Afghan person. He was an Afghan person. And why he killed Bairam Khan? Because according to Mubarak Khan, Bairam Khan killed his father. He was an Afghan person, and it is said that ki why he killed Bairam. So it is said that ki the father of Mubarak Khan, father of Mubarak Khan was killed by Bairam in Battle of Machhiwada. So in Battle of Machhiwada, that was fought on 1555 AD. So finally the father of a Mubarak Khan, that was killed by Bairam. So Bairam killed the father of Mubarak Khan in Battle of Machhiwada. So in order to take revenge, so he killed his to in order to take the revenge of the killing of his father. So Mubarak Khan killed Bairam Khan. So this is how guys the chapter of Bairam got over. And when Akbar heard that ki Bairam Khan was killed, so what he did in order to provide the social security to wife of Bairam Khan and son of Bairam Khan, who was Abdul Rahim. So Akbar knew that ki there were many persons who were against Bairam Khan. They were jealous of Bairam Khan. Now Bairam is no more, so they may try to harm wife and child of Bairam. So in order to give them the social security, in order to give them the protection, social security, you will find that Akbar married Salima Begum. Salima Begum. So Akbar married Salima Begum, who was wife of Bairam. At that point of time, she became widow. So after 40 days of the Iddat period, Akbar married Salima Begum, who was wife of Bairam Khan and adopted child of Bairam Khan, that was Abdul Rahim. So he adopted Abdul Rahim, who was son of Bairam Khan, son of Bairam, who was son of Bairam Khan. So it is said that Akbar, in order to provide social security, married Salima Begum. She was widow of Bairam Khan, and after 40 days of the Iddat period, that is the period of mourning, finally Akbar married Salima Sultan, and also you will find that he adopted the child Abdul Rahim Khane Khana. Is that clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know. Is that clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know. So this is how Bairam Khan got killed, and finally Salima Begum, she became wife of Akbar. Now guys, what happened ki after the death of Bairam Khan, there was no one who can provide the support to Akbar, because Akbar was very near to Bairam, and after the death of Bairam there was no one who can support Akbar. So at that point of time there was a lady, her name was Maham Anga. So Maham Anga, she was matron of Akbar, and with Maham there was a one more lady who was known as Gigi Anga. So there were two ladies, one was Maham and second was Gigi Anga. So they were the matron of Akbar, and they just born and brought up Akbar when Humayun and Hamida Banu Begum, they were in exile. And it is said that ki Akbar was very close to Maham. She was like his second mother. She was like his second mother, because when Humayun and Hamida Banu Begum, they were in exile period, so at that point of time Akbar was under the supervision. Akbar was held by Mahamanga, and Mahamanga, she born and brought up Akbar like her own child. So it is said that once Akbar was attacked by arrows by the enemies of Humayun, so Maham took the arrows on her back and saved the life of Akbar. So she was very near to Akbar, and Akbar considered her like a mother figure. So now you will find that what happened guys, when there was no one to guide Akbar properly, so Akbar came in close contact with Maham. So Maham earlier, she was having a good place in the heart of Akbar, but she was not being active in the administration. She was, although she was very close to Akbar, but she was not active in Mughal administration. So what happened guys, Akbar appointed her as prime minister. So Akbar appointed her as a wazir. It is said that Akbar appointed Maham Anga as wazir of Mughal dynasty. Wazir of Mughal dynasty, and Akbar was under the influence of her. So Akbar was under influence of her. Akbar was under influence of her. Akbar was under influence of her. Therefore, guys, therefore, the period from 1560 to 1562, that is called petticoat government. So this time period, it is called petticoat government by historians. So historians called this period as a petticoat government because Akbar was under the influence of Mahamanga. So Akbar was under the influence of Maham, and Maham, she was matron of Akbar. So she was matron of Akbar, and she born and brought up Akbar like her own child, like her own child. So just Maham was like a mother figure for Akbar. So Maham was like mother figure of Akbar, and Akbar has huge respect for Maham as well. So it is said that Akbar has huge respect for Maham as well. So you will find that this is how Maham came in the administration. So Maham came in the Mughal administration, and she was given the post of Wazir. Wazir was a very high rank. So just after Sultan, the next important person, just after Badshah, the next important person was Wazir. Wazir was like Prime Minister plus Finance Minister at that point of time. Now guys, it is said that in 1562, now Akbar when became ruler, so he started expanding his empire, and Akbar actually wanted to go Gujarat, because from Gujarat you will find sea, and through sea the trade can be done easily, and otherwise the route of Makkah will be opened. So what happened guys, when he started just expanding the empire, so the main concern for Akbar, that was Rajputana, because the Rajputana, they never accepted the supremacy of Babur. They had war with Babur, war with Humayun, now with Akbar. So Akbar at that point of time has become very powerful. So what he did, he started sending the letters to the kings of Rajputana, either accept my supremacy or be ready for the war. And Akbar was very strong himself and has a very big army. So you will find that, my dear learners, ki some of the Rajput rulers, they accepted the supremacy. Now then Akbar sent message to king of Then Akbar sent message to the Kachwaha dynasty. That was Kachwaha dynasty. They were ruling in Amer. Amer, it is the Jaipur area of Rajasthan. So then Akbar sent message to Amer as well. Ki now either you accept my supremacy or be ready to face the war. So finally, guys, what happened? Ke Amer, when they tried to contact the other Rajputana rulers, none of the Rajputana rulers, they came to help. So finally, Amer has to accept the supremacy of Akbar, and when Amer accepted the supremacy, maximum of the Rajput rulers, they cut off their contact with Amer, and they were not ready to marry in Amer. So they were not ready to marry in Amer as well. So what happened, guys? Ki when this type of problem was seen by Raja Bharmal, who was the king of Amer. So he placed one condition before Akbar. So he placed a condition before Akbar, I am ready to accept your supremacy, but you have to marry my daughter. So finally, guys, Akbar accepted this, and in 1562, Akbar married Kachwaha Rajput princess Harkha So Akbar married Kachwaha Rajput princess Harkha, and she was princess of Amer. Princess of Amer, and Amer, it is in Rajasthan, and she was daughter of Raja Bharmal. Daughter of Raja Bharmal. And this Harkha she in TV serial has made popular. TV serial has made her popular as Jodha Bai. So this Harkha TV serial has made her popular as Jodha Bai. Now how Harkha became Jodha? So it is said that, guys, ki Harkha spent her childhood, maximum time of his childhood, in Jodhpur. That was the maternal place of Harkha. So she has a very good experience of Jodhpur. So you will find that when she was married to Akbar in 1562 and went to Agra, so she used to tell many good things about Jodhpur to Akbar. And Akbar, just as a good name, he started calling her as Jodhpur Bai, and that distorted and became Jodha Bai. So this is how Harkha became Jodha. Now, guys, in 1576, one important battle was fought by Akbar, that was called Battle of Haldi Ghati. Haldi Ghati, guys, it is in Rajsamand district of Rajasthan. So it is in Rajsamand district of Rajasthan, my dear learners. And since the color of the soil is yellow, therefore it is called Haldi Ghati. And in this Haldi Ghati, guys, there was a war between Akbar versus Maharana Pratap. So Akbar versus Maharana Pratap, because Maharana Pratap refused to accept the supremacy of Akbar, and then this war was initiated, and you will find that the result of this war was undecided. Reason was this, ki neither Akbar won Kumbhalgarh. At that point of time, Kumbhalgarh was the capital of Mewar. Kumbhalgarh was the capital of Mewar, and neither Akbar won Kumbhalgarh or nor Maharana Pratap defeated Akbar. So the result was undecided. So result was undecided. Result was undecided. And at that point of time, the army of Akbar was commanded by Man Singh. Commanded by Man Singh, an army of an army of Maharana Pratap, in fact, army of Maharana Pratap was commanded by Hakim Khan Sur. Army of Maharana Pratap was commanded by Hakim Khan Sur. So this is how, guys, the both the armies were commanded by the commanders of each other. So is that clear to all of you? Is that clear to all of you? Is that clear to all of you, guys? So this was about the Battle of Haldi Ghati. Now, guys, let's come to the next thing, that is the important events in the time period of Akbar. So the important events that happened during the time period of Akbar. Now, the first important event, guys, that happened in 1562, that was abolition of slavery. So Akbar abolished slavery, that means he abolished POWs, that is prisoners of war, making slaves and forcing them to accept Islam. Making prisoners of war slave and forcing them to accept Islam. So this was being prohibited by Akbar. So Akbar prohibited the prisoners of war, that are called POWs, making slaves and forcing them to accept Islam. In 1563, he abolished pilgrimage tax. Pilgrimage tax that was paid by Hindus. Whenever, whenever they visit any religious place, religious place. So that was called pilgrimage tax. In Hindi, it was called Tirth Yatra Mahsul. That is in Hindi called Tirth Yatra Mahsul. Next is 1564. That was abolition of Jizya tax. Jizya was paid by non-Muslims for protection of life and property. So it was paid by non-Muslims, and non-Muslims, Muslims, they were called Jimmi. So non-Muslims, they were called Jimmi. So it was paid by non-Muslims for protection of their life and property. Therefore, this tax was abolished by Akbar. Next we have 1569. That was establishment of Fatehpur Sikri. Fatehpur Sikri, guys, it is near Agra. And he established Fatehpur Sikri to pay respect to Sheikh Salim Chishti. To pay respect to Sheikh Salim Chishti, who used to reside in Fatehpur Sikri, who used to reside in Fatehpur Sikri. That was Sheikh Salim Chishti. He was Sufi saint of Chishti Silsila. So he was Sufi saint. He was Sufi saint of Chishti Silsila. Next is 1571. So Akbar, what happened in 1569? He established Fatehpur Sikri. In 1571, he declared Fatehpur Sikri as the capital of Mughal dynasty and started Mansabdari system. So he also started Mansabdari system. And Mansabdari system, Mansab word is an Arabic word. Arabic word that means rank. So Mansab, guys, it is an Arabic word that means rank, and they were given civil plus military duties. So the Mansabdars, generally they were given civil plus military duties. I hope it is clear to all of you. They were given civil plus military duties. Now next we have 1575. So he started Ibadat Khana. Ibadat Khana that was started in Fatehpur Sikri. And just Ibadat Khana was started to hold the religious discussion because according to Akbar, he wanted to know the crux of the religions. So he started Ibadat Khana in order to know the crux of the religion. Initially, guys, this Ibadat Khana was only for the Muslims. But now in 1578, the doors of Ibadat Khana was opened for other religions as well, like Hinduism, like Jainism, like Buddhism, like Christianity. So for every religion the doors were open, but Akbar found that ki now this religious discussion has been converted into a heated arguments. So this religious discussion, it is now converted into heated arguments. So the scholars of different religion, they are just like fighting with one another to show the supremacy of their religion and to declare the religion of other as inferior. So this is how, guys, this Ibadat Khana started working. But in 1578 he opened the gates of Ibadat Khana for other religions as well, but he also stopped because now this Ibadat Khana was no longer a religious discussion hall. So it became a fighting arena for the scholars of different religion. And initially, guys, it is said that the religious discussion used to held on every Thursday, and Akbar used to present personally to listen that discussion. Other than this, guys, in 1582 he started a new religion called Deen-e-Ilahi, and this Deen-e-Ilahi is also known as Tawheed-e-Ilahi. So the official name of Deen-e-Ilahi, Ilahi was Tawheed-e-Ilahi, and the Abul Fazl was the chief priest. Abul Fazl was declared chief priest. Abul Fazl was declared chief priest, guys, and you will find that Birbal was only Hindu to accept this religion. So Birbal was the only Hindu to accept this religion called Deen-e-Ilahi, and after the death of Akbar, this Deen-e-Ilahi also ended. So it is said that after death of Akbar, Deen-e-Ilahi also ended, and Akbar died in, guys, 1605, and he was buried in Sikandara. So it is said that Akbar died in 1605 and buried in Sikandara. Sikandara, guys, that is in. So he was buried in Sikandara. This is this is how, guys, Akbar died. So is that clear to all of you, guys? Then do let me know. That is the important reforms of the Akbar. Is that clear to all? Is it clear to all of you? Now, let's come to the next thing, that is about the 9 gems of Akbar. So there were 9 gems of Akbar. There were 9 different experts. There were 9 different experts of Akbar. First, who was who? So first was Abdul Rahim Khane Khana. So Abdul Rahim Khane Khana, he was son of Bairam Khan. So Abdul Rahim Khane Khana, that was his title, means important person. And Abdul Rahim Khane Khana, he was warrior and poet. So he was also warrior and very famous poet of Hindi literature. So he wrote the things in Khadi Boli Hindi. So you must have heard Rahim ke Dohe. So that is the couplets of Rahim, and this Rahim is Abdul Rahim Khane Khana, who was son of Bairam Khan. Now next we have Abul Fazl. Abul Fazl was the Wazir. So Abul Fazl was like Wazir, that is like the rank of Prime Minister. Then we have Faizi. Faizi, guys, he was an historian and was also a translator. So translation department that was started by Akbar, that was under Faizi and Abdul Qadir Badayuni, and Abul Fazl and Faizi, they were siblings, and they were son of Sufi saint Sheikh Mubarak. So they were son of Sufi saint Sheikh Mubarak. So next we have Raja Todermal. Todermal, guys, he was finance minister and he was famous for the 𝗕𝗨 system. So he was finance minister famous for the 𝗕𝗨 system. So that was the method of calculating the revenue on basis of 10 years. Next is Tansen. Tansen, guys, he was a musician and he used to play Rudraveena. So he used to play Rudraveena, Tansen, and his real name was Ramtanu Pandey. And he was disciple of Swami Haridas. Disciple of Swami Haridas. Next is Mullah Do Piazza. Mullah Do Piazza, he came from Iran and he was a Islamic scholar. So he was a Islamic scholar and it is said that he was the head of Royal Library. So it is said that he was an Islamic scholar and was head of Royal Library. Next we have Raja Birbal. Birbal was a courtier and his real name was Mahesh Das. And he was courtier. So he was like Darbari. Next is Raja Man Singh. Raja Man Singh, he was nephew of Harkha Bai. Nephew of Harkha Bai, and he was army commander, or simply you can say commander in chief. Chief of Mughal army. He was commander in chief of Mughal army, and then we have Fakir Azizuddin. Fakir Azizuddin, he was the chief advisor of Akbar. So he was the chief advisor of Akbar. So these are the Navratnas of Akbar and that was their work or the duties that was performed by them. So these are combinedly known as Navratnas of Akbar. Is that clear to all? Is that clear to all, guys? Is that clear to all of you? Okay, see what happened, guys, ki after death of Akbar, his son Jahangir became the ruler. So after death of Akbar, the son of Akbar, that was Salim. And when Salim became the ruler, he adopted the name Jahangir. So Jahangir became the ruler. So after death of Akbar, Jahangir became the ruler. So now I will be discussing with you the next ruler, that is Jahangir. So next I will be discussing with you the next ruler, it is Jahangir, and he ruled from 1605 to 1627. And Jahangir, the childhood name was Salim. Childhood name was Salim, and when he became the ruler, he adopted a new name called Jahangir. So he adopted a new name called Jahangir. So when he became the ruler, he adopted the name Jahangir. Now I hope, guys, it is clear. So now Jahangir, so his childhood name was Salim and he was born in 1569 and he was born in Fatehpur Sikri. So he was born in 1569 and born in Fatehpur Sikri, and it is said that his birth His birth was due to the blessings of Sheikh Salim Chishti. So his birth was due to the blessing of Sheikh Salim Chishti. Therefore, Akbar kept his name Salim. Therefore, Akbar kept his name Salim on the name of Sheikh Salim Chishti. So Akbar kept his name Salim on the name of Sheikh Salim Chishti, and he died in 1627 and he was buried in Lahore. So that is in Shahadra. So Shahadra. So this is in Shahadra, Lahore. So he was buried in Shahadra, Lahore. Now guys, the parents, father was Akbar and mother was Harkhabai. So father was Akbar, mother was Harkhabai, and we get to know about three wives of Jahangir. So through history guys, we get to know about three important wives of Jahangir. First of all, that was Manbai, and she was niece of Harkhabai. Niece of Harkhabai. Then Jagat Gosai, she was daughter of Mota Raja Uday Singh. Mota Raja Uday Singh of Jodhpur. Therefore, she was also known as Jodhbai or Jodhabai because she was princess of Jodhpur. And Noor Jahan, she was a common girl. She was a common girl and her name was Meher ul Nisa. Meher ul Nisa. And she was a common girl who got the title of Noor Jahan, although she was the most important wife of her. And next, the successor of Jahangir, that was Shah Jahan. So Shah Jahan, guys, he was known as Khurram. So his childhood name was Khurram. He was son of Salim or Jahangir and Jagat Gosai. So he was son of Salim or Jagat Gosai. So this is the introduction of Jahangir, guys. So this is the introduction of Jahangir. So now let's come to the next thing. Now guys, this is about the introduction of Jahangir. So now guys, if you will look after Jahangir, so Jahangir was the person who was famous for his strict administration and justice. So Jahangir, he was famous. So Jahangir, he was famous for his strict administration. He was famous for the strict administration and justice. Therefore, he was also known as Adal-e-Jahangiri. Adal-e-Jahangiri means Jahangir the judge. Jahangir the, and for the justice seekers, so he was known as Adal-e-Jahangiri, that is Jahangir the judge for the strict administration and justice. And for justice seekers, he established Janjire-Adil. So for justice seekers, he established Adal-e-Jahangiri, that is called chain of justice. So for justice seekers, he established chain of justice that was called Janjire-Adil, and this was made up of gold and used to carry 64 bells. And used to carry 64 bells also. So if any person wishes to take justice from Jahangir, he used to pull the chain. And once the chain was pulled, the bell will start ringing. And once the bell will start ringing, the Jahangir personally will come to do the justice of that person. So Jahangir will personally come for the justice of that person. Therefore, guys, this thing or this practice was known as Adale Jahangiri. So he was called Adale Jahangiri. Other than this, guys, in 1606 he executed the fifth Sikh Guru Arjun Dev. Now guys, what was the enmity with Arjun Dev with Jahangir? Why he took such a step? Directly there was no enmity. Actually, what happened ki there was son of Jahangir. There was son of Jahangir, whose name was Khusro. He rebelled. He rebelled against Jahangir. So son of Jahangir was Khusro. He rebelled against Jahangir, and when Jahangir tried to arrest him, so he fled to Punjab. So he fled to Punjab, and then he reached the place called Taran Taran. So then he reached the place Taran Taran. And Taran Taran, guys, this was the city that was established by 5th Sikh Guru Arjun Dev Ji. So what happened? He went to Taran Taran, requested exile and requested exile from the 5th Sikh Guru from the 5th Sikh Guru. Now the Sikh Gurus, they are very generous personality, they are very kind personalities. So what happened ki 5th Sikh Guru Arjun Dev gave refuge to, or gave exile to, the rebellious son of Jahangir, that was Khusro. Now when this exile was given and when this news was heard by Jahangir, so Jahangir sent a letter to Guru Arjun Dev ki you are giving exile to a revoltee. You are giving exile to a revoltee person, and you are not supposed to do like this. So please release him as soon as possible. So when this news was heard by Sikh Guru Arjun Dev, so he said that ki for me everyone is equal. So your son has come by his own wish. So I am not going to return to him. So I will not be returning to him. Although I know ki he revolted against the Mughal Empire, but he is under now and he is under my supervision. So, by reading this, Jahangir became angry, and it is said that he imposed fine of rupees 2 lakh rupees. So, at that point of time, he imposed fine of 2 lakh gold coins. And Guru Arjun Dev said that I do not have money to pay this fine of 2 lakh gold coins, because all this money belong to Sikh Sangat. This is not my personal money that I will give you, not at all. So finally Jahangir became angry, and then he came to Taran Taran. There was war, and finally he executed 5th Sikh Guru Arjun Dev, that created the enmity between Sikh and Mughals, and arrested Khusro. And he arrested Khusro. And when Khusro was brought to Agra, he was blindfolded. He was blindfolded by Khurram. So Khurram made him blind. And why Khurram made him blind? Because it is said that if a person is handicapped, that cannot become the Mughal ruler. So Khurram was thinking, if the enmity between son and Khusro and Jahangir will go away, so it may be possible that Khusro will become the next ruler. So what Khurram did, he blindfolded uh, Khusro, so that a handicapped person cannot become the ruler, so he will be the strong contender of the throne. So this is why Khurram blindfolded Khusro, and you will find that due to the enmity between son and father, Man Bai, she committed suicide. So Man Bai, she committed suicide due to the enmity between the father and son. Man Bai, she committed suicide. Now guys, in 1608 you will find that Captain Hawkins came. Actually guys, Captain Hawkins was ambassador of James I. So he was ambassador of James I, who was the British king, and he requested and he came to Surat to take permission to open factory, to take permission, of trade, and Mughal and the British, they will pay taxes to the Mughal Empire. Now guys, actually Captain Hawkins wanted to meet Akbar, but at that point of time Akbar was no more. Akbar died in 1605. So finally he met whom? So he met Khurram. So sorry, he met Jahangir, and when he met Jahangir, he started talking in Persian. So he started talking in Persian language. So he started talking in Persian language, and you will find that कि Jahangir gave him the title of English Khan. So Jahangir gave him title of English Khan. So Captain Hawkins became English Khan, and in 1611 Jahangir married Meher ul Nisa. So she was a common girl, and he was given the title of Noor Jahan. She was given the title of Noor Jahan, means light of the world. Means light of the world, and she was beauty with the brain. She was beauty with the brain, my dear learners, and she was given the title of Padishahi Begum as well. So she was also given the title of Padishahi Begum. So she was given the title of Padishahi Begum. Padishahi Begum because she used to have the royal stamp. She used to hold the royal stamp. Therefore, guys, she was given the title of Padishahi Begum. She used to hold the royal stamp. Used to hold royal stamp of Mughals. Therefore, she was given the title of Padishahi Begum. Other than that, in 1615, guys, there was arrival of Sir Thomas Roe. Sir Thomas Roe, he was also ambassador of James I. He was also ambassador of James I, and he came to show gratitude. He came to show gratitude of James I for to Jahangir. Now guys, Jahangir was the person who wrote his autobiography. So Jahangir was the ruler who wrote his autobiography by name of Tuzuke Jahangiri. It is written in Persian. So it is written in Persian, started writing by Jahangir, completed by Modmid Khan. Completed by Motamid. So that was completed by Motamid Khan. So started writing by Jahangir, completed by Motamid Khan. And Motamid Khan was the person who completed this Tuzuke Jahangiri. And you will find that, my dear learners, he was the second Mughal emperor to wrote his autobiography. Other than this, guys, he's during the time period of Jahangir. During the time period of Jahangir, Mughal painting reached at its peak. So Mughal painting reached at its peak. So during the time of Jahangir, guys, you will find that the Mughal painting, they reached at its. So is that clear to all of you guys? Then do let me know. So I hope guys it is clear to all of you. Now let's discuss the question answers that is related to the topic. Let's discuss the question answer related to the topic. Now, the first question before is which ruler established Janjire Adil? So, which ruler established the chain of justice called Janjire Adil? So, which ruler established the chain of justice that is called Janjire Adil? So, the ruler that established Janjire Adil, who was he? So, the ruler who established Janjire Adil Babur, Jahangir, Akbar or Humayun. So that was being established by Jahangir because he was a justice loving person and famous for his law and justice. Next is ki which Sikh Guru was executed by Jahangir. So which Sikh Guru was executed by Jahangir? Options: Guru Ramdas, Guru Hargobind, Guru Arjun Dev, Guru Angad Dev. So correct answer is option 3, that is Guru Arjun Dev, who was the fifth Sikh Guru executed by Jahangir. Next is ki the tomb of which Mughal ruler is outside India. So the tomb of which Mughal ruler is outside India? Options are Akbar, Shah Jahan, Humayun or Jahangir. So tomb of which Mughal ruler is outside India? So correct answer is option 4, that is Jahangir. The tomb of Jahangir, it is in Shahadra, that is in Lahore. Right now it's in Pakistan. Next is ki Tujuke Jahangiri was written in which language? So in which language you will find Tujuke Jahangiri? So Tujuke Jahangiri, it is written in which language? So Tujuke Jahangiri, it is written in which language? Arabic, Urdu, Persian or Pashto? So Tujuke Jahangiri, guys, it is written in Persian language. So it is written in Persian. Now next we have ki Raja Man Singh was dash in Mughal court. So what was the status or rank of Raja Man Singh in Mughal court, who was nephew of Harkha Bai? Options: Commander in Chief, Prime Minister, courtier or musician. So what was the status of Raja Man Singh in Mughal court? So he was Commander in Chief. So he was Commander in Chief of Mughal army. So he was Commander in Chief of Mughal army. So guys, with this I conclude the session of today and I hope you must have enjoyed the session and found this useful. So let's meet in the next session.